Hello my love and welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, I am Kay, an astrologer, numerologist and spiritual witch here on YouTube. Listen, if you've been attracted to this video, take this as your confirmation from your own spirit guides and angels that you were meant to receive it. Check out the new book by me also, Make It Happen, How to Manifest Anything. The link is in the description box below. Let's get into your video. Hi Scorpio, I hope you had a wonderful month of August and all is well for you. Welcome to your September horoscope. So what I see for you Scorpio is a lot of energy around where you feel held back in life this month, and also any serious commitments, business matters, legal matters, and if you're married, even marriage. And even if you are someone who's not married but seeking marriage, there is a lot happening around this area of life for you also. So on the screen we've got the chart for the full moon, but before we get there, the sun will be in the sign of Virgo as we start September. So for you, what this means is that hopes, dreams, friendships and important people, this is your 11th house, this is what's key as we start the month of September. Now the sun is about health, growth, vitality. He brings positivity and expansion. So it's a great time to focus in Scorpio on any hopes, dreams or goals that you have, and also to work with any key important people in your life. Now these are people in the 11th house that aren't romantically involved with you. So they could be co-workers, they could be associates, they could even be people you connect with on social media that you just really click with, but you don't have a romantic relationship with them. So these are what we call important people, and the sun is really blessing this area of your life. By the time we actually get to the full moon, which will be on the 10th at 9:59 a.m. this is GMT, my local time. Could be the same day for you, could be the day before, does depend where you are in the world. It will be at 17 degrees of the sign Pisces. If we look on the screen, we've got down the bottom circled in pink the moon, 17 degrees Pisces. Above that, just opposite, circled in pink, we've got the sun, 17 degrees of Virgo. So this gives us the full moon. Where the arrow and number 1 is, this is where the full moon is going to be for you, your 7th house. So this is things like your serious commitments, business deals, legal matters and marriage. Now a full moon is what I like to consider a time where often we are pushed to make some kind of decision, or something comes up about direction or where we're going to go, because you have the sun and the moon in opposing energies. You know, they're opposite each other, and they're also masculine and feminine energies, so it's about balance. So around a full moon, it could be time to find balance with anything that you are seriously committed to right now in life. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a dream, it could be a goal, it could be anything that you see yourself seriously committed to. If you're a business owner as well, this could be a good time to be thinking about your business and make decisions around this. And any legal matters, if there is any Scorpios out there who are dealing with legal matters, there could be decisions coming back to you to do with any legal matters as well, because this full moon is happening in that area of life, and marriage as well. So if you are a married Scorpio, decisions could be made, or if you're someone who is seeking marriage, then you know, when it comes to how you call in marriage and how you aspire to marriage and how you find your partner, it could be a good time to be making some decisions around this as well, around the full moon. Now, two things that are happening that will impact on all signs, but how it relates to Scorpio is, first of all, the moon, she's going to be forming a conjunction with the planet Neptune. So where we have the moon at the bottom of the chart, circled in pink, just to the right of her, circled in black, there's like a pink sign, 2 pink signs, and this would be the planet Neptune. So when planets conjunct, what they're basically doing is they're working together because they are that close, so their energies merge. In this situation, the moon isn't actually a planet, but Neptune is. So let's just say when two energies merge, this is going to be about how you feel emotionally. The moon is a representation of how we feel, and Neptune is about hopes, goals, dreams, reality, but he is also in retrograde. So this is where it's time for all of us, every single person, to have the reality check that we need. Now for Scorpio, this reality check about how you feel and your emotions is going to fall in the same area of where the actual moon is happening, where the full moon is. So where you have the arrow and number 1 up by your 7th house, so it's your serious commitments, business ideas or business deals, legal matters, marriage, anything that you are really committed to right now in life. The universe is supporting you to show you the reality of things. So pay attention, try not to overlook anything that you shouldn't do. The second thing that's happening is that we're going to have the moon again form a square with the planet Mars. So on the chart we've got here the moon down the bottom circled in pink. If we follow that up and we follow the line that goes up to where we've got the arrow and number 2, this is the planet Mars. Now for you, where this is going to fall for you is exactly where it is, Scorpio, in your 8th house. So this is about kind of more like a conflict, a frustration, an annoyance. When planets form a square, it's not as difficult as an opposition, but it is more like a frustration. So what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio, is that when it comes to your shared areas of life, because this is what the 8th house covers, so this is things like your money, debts, taxes, it's finances that we share with other people, joint property that you own with other people, also things like your time that you give to other situations, places and things, and anything that is shared, even down to how we share sexual desires with other people, comes into this house. This is also the area of life that is about death and rebirth and transformation. And in modern astrology, you as a Scorpio would rule over this house. So this is where this energy is for you, where there could be some kind of conflict, or there could be some kind of annoyance, or there could be some kind of decision making for you. And the universe is kind of asking you to rely on what it is that you feel emotionally, how you feel. Mars is the planet to do with determination, drive, sex drive, and how we express ourselves and our anger as well. But mainly he is seen as how we get through life, how we're determined. So if there is something in your life that you are sharing with somebody else, or another situation, person, place or thing, another shared part of your life that you are feeling some kind of emotional way about, around the new moon, their message is kind of, well, what are you going to do about this? How are you going to be motivated to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is that you feel that you need to do? Because the planet Mars is actually there to remind you to take action, even though he is squaring with the moon, which could be causing that kind of annoying feeling, or annoyances, or slight conflicts, or frustrations, however it plays out for you. He is reminding you to take some kind of action and to be motivated. So towards the end of the month, once we've gone through the full moon in Pisces, we then are going to have a new moon in Libra this month. Now, this is going to happen on the 25th, but before we get there, just around this sort of time, from about the 21st, 22nd, the sun will actually move from the sign of Virgo back into the sign of Libra. So this for you is where your area of life, of where I mentioned where you feel held back, comes into play, because where the arrow is a number 1, this is where the sun is going to be for you. So health, growth, vitality, blessings, expansion in areas of life that you naturally feel held back could be possible as we close out the month of September. This is also the house of spirit communication, as I said. So I'd like you to pay attention to, 111, 222, whatever it is that keeps coming to you, or any signs or symbols that keep coming to you that you keep putting down to coincidence. Pay attention to those. Also, any large institutions that you deal with, so law enforcement, hospitals come here, and also the area of our own mental well-being. I mentioned to you as well that this house does cover hidden enemies, and these are situations, people, places or things that we thought were our friend, or we thought had some kind of goodness for us or in our life, but then we find out later on down the line that maybe they had some kind of alternative motive. So we call them a hidden enemy. So this is where this energy will be for the sun here. So the sun could highlight for you in your life as well any situation, person, place or thing, as we close out the month of September, that is maybe not for your highest good and is quote unquote considered a hidden enemy for you in particular. Now, because the new moon is going to be in Libra, 2 degrees of Libra, 25th of September, 9:59 p.m. GMT time. Again, it could be that same day or it could be the day before for you, depending where you are in the world. This new moon is going to fall exactly in that same area of life. So where the arrow and number 1 is in your 12th house. Now, new moon energy is great. And I personally think that having a new moon in the 12th house is quite a cool thing and could be a really empowering thing, because it is a new cycle, a chance to go in a new direction. It is a chance to start afresh with things, because that's what new moon energy is. And it's in an area of life that a person feels held back. So as we close out the month of September, if you are feeling this energy around you, Scorpio, do think about, you know, going in a new direction, or what can be done for you personally to create new energy in anything, situation, place or thing that you feel held back. Now, a couple of things that are going on during this new moon that impact on us all, but how they relate to the sign of Scorpio is that we're going to have Mercury and Venus conjunct. So on the chart here, we can see circled in pink down the bottom on the right hand side, we've got the sun and the moon, 2 degrees of Libra. This gives us the new moon. Sun and moon are conjunct side by side. Just to the left of that, circled in black, we've got a purple and a turquoise planet. This is Venus and Mercury here. They're forming a conjunction in the sign of Virgo. Now, where this will sit, or where this will be placed for you, Scorpio, will be up over the other side where we have the arrow and number 2. So it is your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations, your 11th house. Now, Mercury and Venus, what this translates to in a conjunction is that Mercury is about our thoughts, what we're thinking, the mental energy that we have, communication that we have, the things that we speak and the things that we say to other people or to ourselves. Venus is a representation of our desires, love, money, art, beauty, all the gorgeous, yummy things that we desire in life. This is what Venus represents. Now, they're both expansive planets. They will both expand things. So Mercury is about expanding what it is that you're thinking about that you desire from Venus. This is happening where? In your area of life to do with your hopes, goals, dreams, aspirations, and your networks, and the very, very important people in your life. These could be co-workers, associates, people that you connect with for any reason, but not a romantic reason, but for some reason they are key to you in your life. So this is where this will be happening. So it's a good time as we close out the month of September to be thinking about what it is that you do aspire for, Scorpio, what it is that you do want. What does Venus represent for you? What have you been thinking about, which is Mercury, and what does Venus represent that you want in life, that you desire? What is it? Because it's a good time, and it's certainly, I would say, a good new moon to actually really attack this and think about and plan it out and move through this with this energy into October. The second thing that's happening is the moon, again, she's pretty busy this month. She is going to form an opposition with the planet Jupiter. So we can see the moon on the chart. Circled in pink, we've got the moon. Down the bottom on the right hand side, just opposite that, where we've got the planet circled in green, this is the planet Jupiter that looks like, a bit like a 4. That's the symbol for Jupiter. Now, these two planets opposing each other. Jupiter is a planet that brings luck, fortune, expansion, and real kind, supportive, benevolent energy. He is such a lucky planet. And so where this is going to be happening for you is where the arrow is and number 3. He is going to be sitting in your area of life to do with how you earn money. So as we close out the month of September for you, Scorpio, Jupiter is bringing his good luck and fortune here, but he's also going to be opposing the moon as well. And remember what I said about oppositions. Oppositions can bring like decision making, because it's kind of like a full moon energy. But what we're seeing here is we've got one energy of the moon and we've got a planet of Jupiter, and again it's masculine and feminine energy, so it is about balance. This isn't a harsh, horrible opposition, certainly not with the planet Jupiter involved. This is mainly about balance. So if you are a Scorpio who has been thinking about how you earn your money, what it is that you do to earn your money, or if you've had ideas over different ways, or maybe you've been feeling some way, because we're dealing with the moon here, about how you earn your money, as we close the month, you could have a touch of luck with this. So if you're someone who has been thinking about something, been desiring something, been thinking, oh, maybe I should try this, Jupiter might just bring you that luck and fortune. The other thing about the 6th house, where Jupiter is going to sit for you, is this is the area of life that covers your health as well, your general physical health, and it covers your disputes that you may have with other people, situations, places and things, and it also covers our pets. Our pets do come into this house as well. So I want to say for Scorpio, health wise as well, make sure that you're feeling okay and that you are looking after your health. But certainly if you are someone who has been having health problems of late, with Jupiter forming this positive energy in that house for you, your health could be looking up. It could also be a good time to start a new healthy routine, because this is a new moon, if that resonates with you as well. Now, the third and final thing that's going to be happening, and if you were here in August, you would have heard me speak about this because the same thing is moving through. It's been going on through August, it's happened through September, and it looks as though it's going to continue through October as well, is that we're going to have the North Node, which is about our direction, forming a conjunction also with the planet that causes unexpected changes. So on the screen here, where we've got the arrow and number 1, we can see circled in red the lighter green symbol at the top. This would be the North Node. Just underneath that, the turquoisey colour, this is the symbol for the planet Uranus. So we know what a conjunction is now because I've explained this to you. The two energies are going to be working together. So this is about where you are going, Scorpio, and this has been going on since August. The universe is asking you, where is it you're going with your 7th house, and what unexpected changes need to be made here. So where we've got the arrow and number 4 on the screen, this is the 7th house. So what's going on where the arrow and number 1 is, and the circle with the North Node and Uranus, this is going to flip over for Scorpio, and in your chart it will be where the number 4 is. So this is about your direction to do with your serious commitments in life. First of all, anything that you're going to be seriously committed to, whether it's a relationship, a marriage, whatever it is the house of serious commitments. This is the house of legal matters, house of business partners or business creation. It's how we relate to others, situations, people, places and things in life in a very serious way. Whether we are actually legally committed to a person in marriage, or we're just committed to a cause or committed to whatever it is that we're committed to, but it's to do with something else or someone else that we're committed to. So for some Scorpios, the universe is kind of pointing you to think about what direction you're going in this part of your life. Not only that, because we've got Uranus here making that conjunction with the North Node, it's about changes that need to happen that are totally unexpected or totally, I would say, surprising. It's like changes that you didn't think could happen, changes that people may not have thought that you were capable of doing, or changes that, you know, other people might have said to you, oh no, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do this, or whatever it is, you know, whatever kind of energy you've got from other people, but unexpectedly you are able to do this. So this part of your life is being supported with that energy as well. And as I said, if you were here in August, if you heard your August Scorpio horoscope, you would have heard me speak about it then. It's still moving on, it's still going through September, so be mindful of this and use the energy wisely. Finally, as we close out the horoscope for Scorpio, we're going to have Mercury Retrograde this month. And everybody should know this because, you know, this is quite an important thing that happens in astrology, and it can really impact what's going on here on Earth. So for anyone who's not familiar, retrograde is basically when a planet has got to the furthest point that it can in terms of travel, and it appears from an Earth's perspective that it is going backwards. Like, it's not technically, but we say it is going backwards, so it's going back through a sign. This month it's going to be Libra. So when Mercury on the screen, this is the chart, the day when Mercury goes retrograde, we can see circled in red is the actual planet Mercury. Now, when he gets to 8 degrees of Libra, he's going to start traveling back. How this is going to translate for you, Scorpio, is that where the arrow is, you're going to be having a 12th house retrograde, which means when the planet retrogrades, the energy of the planet is what we need to rethink, strengthen, or go back to. So whatever you feel, let's break this down. First of all, whatever you feel has been holding you back, because this is the area of life that is going to be happening in your 12th house. Whatever you feel mentally has been holding you back, it is time for you to go back and rethink and strengthen your ideas to do with this. This is how the universe is supporting Scorpio with a 12th house retrograde. Now, I spoke to you a little bit about the 12th house before, and so this will also be things like hidden enemies. This will also be things like large organizations that you work for, or large organizations that you deal with, law enforcement and health and mental well-being, and hidden enemies will come here as well. So with a 12th house retrograde, it can be felt quite deeply. Mercury is how we think, and so when he is traveling back through a 12th house, it's almost like he is digging into your subconscious mind, you know, what's hidden. where you hold yourself back, where you self-sabotage. So I really want to say, take it easy on yourself mentally as we go through retrograde, Scorpio, because if anybody out of the signs is going to feel it quite deeply, it's probably going to be you, because of the area of life that it's happening in, and the things that are covered in that area of life as well. But as I said, you know, just be mindful, be easy on yourself, be mindful of your thoughts. The other thing that goes on in retrograde as well, lots of astrologers say it, and I do agree to a certain extent, be mindful of how you are communicating with other people, because retrograde is an ideal time to have disagreements and arguments with people as well. Be mindful of your trips. If you are traveling anywhere during retrograde, it starts on the 10th of September at 5:58 a.m. GMT, my local time. So again, it could be the same day or the day before, but anytime from the 10th of September for the next good, say 3-4 weeks, but as we go through retrograde, if you are going to be traveling, make sure you plan your trip well, because Mercury is that planet that deals with travel, and while he's going backwards and causing chaos, he can impact on travel as well. Lastly, IT. He rules over IT, so if you're someone who uses IT a lot, then just be mindful with this. Make sure you're saving your work and everything set up correctly, because he can cause, you know, problems with IT as well, so they say. And I do believe that to be true, because a couple of years ago I had a really bad Mercury retrograde when all my IT, all my technology, my laptop, everything just gave up on me, went out, broken, and it was right in the middle of retrograde, so that can happen. So that's about it, Scorpio. That's what I see for the month of September for you. I think that it's a pretty positive month. It feels like there could be some breakthroughs for you, but I definitely feel like retrograde should be something that you should be mindful from a mental perspective, especially as you are the sign that is so passionate. Anyone who wants to see the full moon and new moon reading that I've done and see how this can impact on your own personal birth chart, not just your sign, do check the links below, check Patron, because I've put everything up there for you. I've also got up there the self-care PDF, your journal prompts, the channeled messages from the oracle and tarot cards. For anybody who wishes to join, you can all see that up there as well. So thanks so much, Scorpio. If you're someone who is returning, thanks for being here again, and if you're new, then why not subscribe? I would love to see you here again. I do truly hope that there is something here to help you this month, and if so, just give the video a like or drop me a comment. Let me know how this resonates for you. Have a wonderful September, and I will see you in October for your horoscope then.